Welcome to the Foundry by Forge College. I'm so thrilled you're joining us for this explainer today because, well, we've finally reached the ultimate milestone in our capstone. Seriously, think of this as your actual launch rocket. Over the previous lessons, especially when we covered documenting deployments for handoff and audits, we carefully engineered every single component of our spacecraft. We built the ship. Today, we're on the launch pad. We're strapping in, counting down, and firing our smart contracts directly into the live mainnet environment.
Just think of me as your friendly mission control director today. Here's our blueprint. First, welcome to launch day. Then, executing the live deployment. After that, post-deployment verification, followed by assembling the handoff package. And finally, finalizing the capstone.
All right, Section 1, welcome to launch day. Let's get right into it.
Look, I'll be totally honest with you. Deploying to Mainnet, it costs real money. And yeah, it causes some real anxiety. But I want you to go ahead and put the keyboards down. Seriously, hands off, we are absolutely not doing any new coding today. Instead, we're just synthesizing all that incredible hard work you've already put into your runbooks, your automation, your testing. We're bringing it all together into one live deliverable. We're essentially just executing a highly controlled, verifiable operation based entirely on inputs we've already perfected.
Section 2, executing the live deployment. Time for the ignition sequence.
Okay, this is it, the actual ignition sequence, using our previously tested hardhat or script-based pipeline. It's just 3 simple steps. Step 1, we export our network and securely load our secrets. Step 2, we run our hardhat script. And step 3, we capture the transaction hash. Pressing enter on step 2 is literally like flipping a big, heavy orange ignition switch. It kicks off an automated sequence, and we just get to sit back and watch the magic happen.
Now, I want you to notice the deployer address here. When you flip that ignition switch, the script automatically grabs this provisioned account. It signs the transaction, sends it off to the network, and then, and this is absolutely crucial, it waits. It patiently waits for on-chain finality before finally spitting out that magical transaction hash. But just a quick reminder, any account holding the actual power to deploy must have its approval strictly recorded in your runbook, no exceptions.
So, here's the big question, right? We pressed launch, our script ran, we got a transaction hash, but did it actually work? Are our contracts safely in orbit right now? We really need to bridge that gap between running a script on our local machine and actually proving that our code is safely and permanently etched into the Ethereum blockchain.
Which brings us to Section 3, post-deployment verification. Let's check our orbit telemetry. So, the rocket has left the atmosphere, and now it's time to check the telemetry. And honestly, the absolute most crucial metric here is the number 12. Listen closely. Before we run any post-deploy tests at all, we absolutely must take our transaction hash, pop it into a block explorer like Etherscan, and wait for at least 12 block confirmations. I cannot stress this enough. This is a non-negotiable metric. It's the only way to guarantee our transaction is fully finalized and the network state is actually secure before we move forward.
All right, so once we have those 12 confirmations in the bag, we do a direct comparison. What we're doing is comparing the compiled artifact bytecode, the one stored locally in your artifacts folder, directly against the on-chain bytecode live on the Explorer. And what are we looking for? Exactly 0 mismatch. None. If these 2 strings of code match perfectly, we know, without a shadow of a doubt, that what we built is exactly what was deployed.
Next up, we run our post-deployment check script. So you'll go ahead and run your post-deployed-checks.js file, and what you want to expect here is a clean JSON output and an exit code of 0. Think of this as a read-only test script that just asserts our most critical invariants, stuff like making sure the owner actually matches our multisig and that the initial supply is exactly what we budgeted for. By the way, in the various programs and courses at Forge College, we heavily emphasize this exact step. Why? Because it teaches developers how to minimize blast radius. You keep these checks strictly read-only and low risk, so you're just verifying the state without any chance of accidentally altering it.
Moving on to Section 4, assembling the handoff package. Putting together the final mission report. Okay, so the deployment is complete, and our telemetry looks great. Now we need to map our expected artifacts directly to our concrete evidence for the auditors and operators. For the deployed contract itself, your concrete evidence is the transaction hash, the block number, and the Explorer URL. Store those safely in your artifact registry. For the post-deploy tests, your evidence is that JSON test output, the timestamps, and that 0 exit code. And for your documentation bundle, it's your runbook excerpt, the ABIs, and the verification steps. Your job right now is basically to take all of this concrete evidence and organize it into a really neat versioned zip file. It's the ultimate proof of your successful mission.
And that brings us to Section 5, finalizing the capstone.
Honestly, take a deep breath and let me be the very first to congratulate you on a successful mission. Your controlled, verifiable mainnet deployment milestone is officially complete. But before we wrap up today, let's just cement the 3 core principles of the deployment we literally just executed. First, provenance, linking your locally compiled bytecode directly to live on-chain addresses. Second, reproducibility, ensuring that anyone, and I mean anyone, can follow your runbook and reach the exact same final state. And third, minimal blast radius, keeping all your live verifications strictly low risk. The golden rule here is that every single action you take must leave an auditable, repeatable trace.
So, I'll leave you with this somewhat provocative question. Are you ready to track down bugs in production? Because these freshly generated artifacts you just made, your deploy logs, your JSON outputs, that perfectly versioned zip file, these are going to be the exact case materials we use in our next explainer, which is called Common Types of Smart Contract Bugs. You've successfully learned how to launch the ship. Next, we learn how to fix it while it's flying. If you want to dive deeper into this subject and master other incredible Web3 topics, I highly encourage you to visit forge.college. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.